Discover the power of modern online piano lessons. Give me 3 minutes and I will teach you about half steps and whole steps. Hi, I'm Ruby Medina, specializing in online piano lessons for beginners. With my lessons, you can enjoy the comfort and convenience of learning piano from home, eliminating the need for travel. My tailored sessions bring the ease and joy of learning piano into your home by ensuring each moment is packed with engaging, stress-free education. In each of my videos, I'll share practical piano tips that you can start using right away to enhance your playing skills. So today I will teach you about half steps and whole steps. A half step is the distance between two notes that are right next to each other. So let's take the first example of C and C sharp. These two notes, they are right next to each other. So the distance between these two are a half step. Now let's look at another example. E flat and E. Again, these two notes, they're right next to each other. So they are a half step. Another example is B and C. Notice how that example is different from the previous two, that there are two white keys that are next to each other, and there's an absence of a black key. But since these two notes, they're right next to each other, it's still considered a half step. Let's look at one more example. G and A flat. Now let's look at whole steps. A whole step is the distance between two notes that have one note in between them. So an example would be C and D. Here is C. Then you have C sharp in the middle, and then D. So there's one note that's in between those two. D is a whole step away from C. A whole step consists of two half steps. So from C to C sharp is one half step, and from C sharp to D is another half step. Let's look at another example of a whole step. D and E. And remember, that is a whole step because there is a note in between those two keys, the E flat. Another example of a whole step would be from E to F sharp. Now let's compare how half steps and whole steps sound different. So first let's start with a half step, C and C sharp. A half step is the smallest distance between two notes on the piano. Now let's hear how that's different from a whole step, C and D. So this was C and C sharp together, and this is C and D together. Understanding half steps and whole steps will help you to play music that you enjoy, which is built on scales and chords. Now I encourage you to spend some time at the piano identifying the half steps and whole steps. Take a moment to observe how the keys are arranged and the distance between them. Start by playing half steps, moving up or down the piano, and then trying to find the whole steps. Pay attention to the sound and the spacing between the keys as you play. Practicing this will help you develop a better understanding of half steps and whole steps. Thank you for tuning in. Catch me in the next video.